The dark academia aesthetic is easier to achieve than you might think. While this style offers the best of both debonair menswear and rugged countryside charm, it's surprisingly simple to pull off. And I'm about to make it even easier for you to start wearing this aesthetic for yourself. Because in this video, I will show you 5 head-to-toe essentials that you need to create the dark academia style. So let's waste no further time and begin with number 1. A sports coat is the number 1 essential of the dark academia aesthetic if you want to do it in a well-dressed way. The reason that I say sports coat over blazer, well, it's about the texture. You want something with a rugged texture that makes it look more casual and more countryside. Look at fabrics like tweed and worsted wool. Patterns like herringbone, check, or just plain are all great options. For extra bonus points, get a sports coat with elbow patches. This gives everyone a kind of university professor type vibe. It's a little unusual, it's very sophisticated and cool in a way that is unique to this dark academia aesthetic. And often a sports coat will have quite large pockets at the hip, which will perfectly accommodate a paperback novel. The sports coat I'm wearing now is one that I know you guys are a fan of, and I've had some of you ask in the comments section recently where it's from. The answer is Brooks Brothers. It's made of 100% Harris tweed. It's so warm that I've been wearing this just without a coat around New York and Chicago, and it's 35 degrees and snowing, and I'm very toasty and warm. So this video is not sponsored by Brooks Brothers, but the link in the description is an affiliate link if you want to pick up one of these sports coats for yourself. And I'm really excited about this one because I really do think it is the ultimate dark academia jacket. Next, we have an item that would be a great option to wear underneath said sports coat. That is a sweater in a fisherman knit. Much like the one I'm wearing right now, which I'll tell you about very soon. So a sweater is a great alternative to the usual dress shirts that you might wear underneath a sports coat. It's more casual, it's more cozy, and most interestingly, it's textured. And that's why I love the fisherman knit specifically. It adds a whole other dimension to your outfit. And I love the history behind the fisherman knit. This thing wasn't just done for decoration. The extra cotton or wool that's required to perform this knit makes the sweater thicker and warmer. And it was actually originally made for fishermen when they were out spending freezing nights on the waters. I'm currently wearing my Spear and Mackay sweater, and some of you guys will know how much I love this brand for knitwear. It's just outstanding value for money. Sadly, this exact color is no longer available, but they have many other colors that would be perfect for this aesthetic. Navy, dark grey, burgundy, emerald green are all great choices. And definitely don't be afraid of those jewel tones, which brings me nicely onto my next item. Now, I haven't spoken much about scarves on this channel so far, but this accessory is an essential for the dark academia aesthetic, at least as an option in your closet. You don't need to wear a scarf all the time, but it's a great way to add variety and help you keep warm. Now, the scarf is a great time to introduce those jewel tones. What I love about this scarf is that it has the main color of green in the plaid, but we've also got a little navy and a little red. So all of the subtle tones that I love are here. And I'll show you how I normally wear it, just like this, and then I can do my sports coat up when I'm walking outside. This one here is 95% wool and 5% cashmere, so it's extremely soft and great for keeping warm. Plaid, tartan, and other checks are great options for the dark academia aesthetic. But you could absolutely wear a plain scarf in any of the jewel tones, or a darker color like grey and navy. This one is by Barbour, and I will have the link for this one in the description too. Well, it's a little warm to be wearing a scarf indoors, but I'm going to move on now to essential number 4. And I'm very excited about this because I get to show off a new purchase that I recently made and I'm very happy with. So to create the dark academia aesthetic, you absolutely want a pair of boots. This could be a pair of Chelsea's, but I think a pair of lace-up boots is by far the best option. And nothing screams dark academia to me like this pair of brogued wingtip boots by Thursday Boots. Now, I have been wearing the hell out of these walking around New York and Chicago, so they're a little dirty and I'm about to hit the streets again, so I haven't quite cleaned them, but they're still pretty clean. I just love the beautiful mahogany brown of these. Tan would be a bit too light for this aesthetic, and I could have gone with black, But I think the mahogany brown stands out more, but it's also just more elegant. And the broguing adds an extra level of visual intrigue that I think is really important for this aesthetic. It's just like the sports coats and the sweaters, it's a level of texture which adds more visual intrigue. So on your feet, broguing is a very stylish way to catch people's eye. And it also lowers the formality of the boots. So once again, this video is not sponsored by Thursday, although I would absolutely love to collaborate with them. But I think this is just the quintessential example of a dark academia shoe, and I love to show you guys things that I'm enjoying wearing and that I'm excited about. I know you guys do buy products after seeing them in my videos, so it's great when I have something new that I'm enjoying and I'm excited to share with you. Well, now we come to the final essential of the video, and it was really hard to get it down to 5. I do believe there are more than 5 essentials for this style, so let me know if you would like to see a part 2 to this video. But I believe the perfect finishing touch to any dark academia outfit is a vintage wristwatch. Wearing a watch like this is very eye-catching, and it's going to attract a lot more compliments and attention than a modern wristwatch. I was actually just at Suit Supply in Manhattan the other day, and I noticed that the salesman was wearing a vintage watch. It was cool because he showed it to me and told me what he liked about it, and then I showed him this one, which I have, and we had a little conversation about vintage watches, which doesn't always happen when you're wearing a more modern timepiece, especially if it's something, a bit more affordable and everyday. You guys know I love the Seikos and the Orients, but it's not quite as much of a statement piece as a genuine vintage watch. And a vintage watch really reflects the values of the dark academia lifestyle, the fascination with history, heritage, heirlooms. So my watch is a Bernex watch from 1953. Was actually worn by my grandfather. If there isn't a watch in your family that you can wear, then not to worry, you could definitely find something at a vintage market or online. Or perhaps choose a new watch with a vintage aesthetic like this Peugeot or this Timex. Gentlemen, I had a lot of fun making this video and doing a bit of a show and tell with 5 of my favorite dark academia items. As I said, it was very hard to narrow it down to just 5 pieces, and I would love to hear from you guys if you think a part 2 video would be a good idea. So please do let me know in the comments, and I would be very excited to make a follow-up video to this. Until then, if you want to take a deeper dive into the dark academia aesthetic, then I have the video for you. In this video, I will talk about the origins and philosophy of this style, and provide some in-depth examples and suggestions on how you can take this aesthetic and make it your own. So until the next one, guys, let me know if you would like a part 2 of this video, and I greatly appreciate you all for watching.